A man walked into Rick's pawn shop holding a small, worn coin and said, "I think I've got something Viking here." Rick raised an eyebrow. "A Viking coin, huh?" The seller nodded. "Yeah, it was found in England. My grandfather picked it up years ago. I was told it might be from the Viking era." Rick examined it carefully. Well, the Vikings weren't exactly known for minting coins. They were more about sailing somewhere, raiding a village, and taking everything that wasn't nailed down, the seller explained. "I bought it while I was in the English countryside. It just looked interesting. Some people call it a Viking coin. Others say it's an English penny. Honestly, my grandkids don't want it, so I figured I'd see if it's worth anything." Rick took a closer look. A lot of these old coins were clipped. People would shave off tiny bits of silver to make a little extra. But this one looks whole, which is rare. My concern is that there are tons of fakes out there, and it's not illegal to make reproductions. Let me call in an expert. A bit later, the expert showed up and examined the coin. "Oh, this is the real deal. A silver penny from around 900 AD, when the Vikings controlled large parts of England, especially the north, all the way into Scotland." Rick asked, "So it's authentic?" The expert nodded. "Absolutely. It's fascinating because it shows how the Vikings had started to adopt aspects of Anglo-Saxon culture. See this cross on the back? That's a Christian symbol. By this point, many Vikings living in England were blending in culturally." Then the expert added something unexpected. "This coin actually belonged to the 10th Duke of Argyll. He passed away in 1947, but he was a serious collector. There's a note written in his own hand with it. That kind of provenance adds a ton of historical value." Rick was impressed. "So what's it worth?" "I'd say around $1,200, maybe a touch more." Rick turned back to the seller. "All right, how much are you hoping to get?" The seller grinned. "How about $1,000? That gives some room if you decide to sell it." The Rick countered. "How about $700? Seller shook his head. "Can't do that. Would you go $800? Rick smiled. "Yeah, $800 works." Rick reached out to shake his hand. "We've got a deal." As the seller walked out with a check in hand, Rick grinned. Not every day a Viking walks into the shop, even if it's just one of their coins.